is there, we cannot get connected to Krishna. Now, a couple of years ago, I went to this place called Sri Rangam. Now, before I tell you that incident, I have to tell you a story which inspired me a lot. It's about Ramanujacharya. So once it so happened, years ago, when Ramanujacharya was in Sri Rangam, he was just walking around with his disciples, and what he sees on his right hand side, he sees one man who's walking in a very weird way. He's not walking straight. He's walking backwards, looking at his wife and carrying an umbrella for her so that sun's glare doesn't come on her. And he's going on staring at her and walking back ways. So Ramanujacharya asked his disciples, why is he walking so weirdly? And they said, I don't know. I said, go and ask him. So they go and ask him that, why can't you walk straight? Why are you walking backwards, walking? So he said very, very funny thing. He said, my wife is very beautiful. And the most beautiful thing about my wife is her eyes. And I always want to 24 hours look at her eyes. If I walk straight, I'll miss to look at her. So that's why I walk backwards. I'll keep looking at her while I put the umbrella so that the glare doesn't disturb her. So when they came back and they told Guru Maharaj, he's crazy. Ramanujacharya was having a big smile, up to the ears. Really? He said like this? And they said, yeah, great, call him. I want to speak to him. And they said, Guru Maharaj, he's a lusty fellow. No, call him. I want to speak to him. So they said, great. So they call him. Hey, come. Our Guruji wants to speak to you. So he comes very reluctantly. Yes, what do you want, Yes. So then Ramanuja asked him again the same question. Why are you walking like this? So he again explains, just now I told your disciple, now this is the reason. So Ramanuja says, you said your wife's eyes are very beautiful. I'll show you somebody whose eyes are more beautiful than your wife's eyes. And he starts laughing. He said, there's nobody in this world. She is the most beautiful. I said, okay, if I show you more beautiful eyes than her, what will you do? He said, great, challenge accepted. If you show me somebody who has more beautiful eyes than her, then I will become a servant for the rest of my life to that person. Ramanujacharya said, fine, challenge accepted. Tomorrow morning, meet me at 4:30. And he says, fine, great, I'll come at 4:30 and see you. Now, whole night, this man is not able to sleep. Who can be so beautiful than my wife? More beautiful eyes than her. And then he was thinking, okay, even if that person is beautiful, morning nobody looks beautiful. Early morning everybody looks ugly the moment they get up from the bed. Early morning 4:30 she looks beautiful. Finally he goes, it's 4:25, he's there. Yeah, please take me, Swamiji. And Ramanuja holds his hand and takes him inside the sanctum sanctorium of Ranganath temple, Sri Rangam, and takes him inside and shows him Ranganath's eyes. Hey, look here. And when he looks at the eyes of Ranganath, he's like, oh my God, tears are flowing from his eyes. And he's like, so beautiful. The Lord is so beautiful. And he says, from today I become the servant of Ranganath. And then Ramanuja initiates him, and he becomes the famous disciple of Ramanujacharya called Dhanurdas, one of the very famous and prominent disciples. So why was Ramanuja smiling? Because he thought, whatever the lust he has, I just have to convert that lust for his wife to love towards the Lord. And he did the job. Now when I heard this story, I was very inspired. Now when I went to Sri Rangam a couple of years ago, all the time I was thinking in my mind that when I go to Ranganath temple, I'm going to see the eyes of Ranganath, because the eyes of Ranganath are very beautiful. Ramanuja said that, and Dhanurdas became a devotee. So I was in the line with my husband, and you know how the temples are in South India. Oh, they will just, push you. Quick, you have to take darshan. But somehow, I was inside the sanctum sanctorium, and I was looking at Ranganath's eyes. I was not looking anywhere because I want to see that eyes, Now, I have an honest admission here. I looked at the eyes of Ranganath, but I didn't find them so beautiful. And by the time I could even think anything more, I was pushed out. My face became very small because I didn't even have proper darshan. So somehow that Vaishnav, who was asking everybody to move, he saw me and he said, "You want to have darshan again?" And I said, "Yeah." So he said, "Come this side, I'll take you." And he took me again inside. This time I didn't look at the eyes. I looked at the rest of the body and the lotus feet of the Lord. I did whatever prayers I wanted to do, and I quickly came out. Now, while I was walking that down, the temple road, I was just contemplating in my mind that, Dhanurdas found those eyes so beautiful. Ramanuja said the eyes are beautiful. Why didn't, they were beautiful, but it was not that great for me. Why didn't I find them beautiful? Then, like a eureka, suddenly a thought came in my mind. Oh, I understand why I don't find them beautiful, because I don't have the divine chakshu. Unless and until a sadhu like Ramanuja holds me by hand and tells me, "Look at the form of the Lord," how will I see it is beautiful? Because heart is contaminated. The divine chakshu, the divine eyes to see the Lord is given by a devotee. When a pure devotee stands next to us, when a pure devotee shows us, "Now look," then we can look, because they lend us their eyes, which are annotated with love for Krishna. And when through their eyes we see Krishna, then we can see Krishna. Otherwise, we simply see a statue, marble statue, brass statue. What is the material? We can't see. And I thought, yeah, wow, that makes sense. Unless and until, a devotee's intervention, his mercy, you can't understand this absolute truth. You can't appreciate the Lord.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna lage. Sab Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Sab Krishna, Krishna, Krishna lage. Sab Krishna, Krishna.